Welcome to the start of riveting onto the skins. For doing this riveting, we're doing something called back riveting, where you put a plate underneath the material and you use the rivet gun on the unfinished side of the rivet to create a shop head. Just set the rivet sort of backwards from normal, because usually you put the rivet gun on the manufactured side of the rivet and you put a bucking bar on the unmanufactured side to create the shop head. Whatever, still accomplishes the same goal. So what we're doing here is we're putting stiffeners onto the skins to increase their rigidity. Obviously you can see they're still flexible in one dimension. That dimension will become non-flexible when we put the trailing edge wedge on and we put the spar in and when we attach the two skins together. But for right now, we have to get the first dimension down. One downside to back riveting is that you have to be very careful about what you're doing, and you have to make sure that your material and the rivet that you're trying to set is actually over the back rivet plate, because it can be hidden behind the skin. So if you don't do it right, you'll end up with a nice big hole in the material that you're trying to put together, and you'll have to replace it. Not good. Thankfully, I didn't do that. Oh, and because the back rivet plate is this big piece of cold rolled steel, it's very loud. Using a tungsten bucking bar by comparison is quiet. So hearing protection goes on for that. All right, here I'm attaching the bottom rib and an attach strip to the bottom of the skin. That's where the fiberglass lower fairing is going to attach. Next up, we're going to put the what they're called shear clips on, attach those to each of the stiffeners. These shear clips are what allow the stiffeners on this right skin to attach to the stiffeners on the left skin. And after that, we will go into attaching the trailing edge wedge with some 3M VHB tape. It's a specific kind of tape that sort of cures over time, but it needs a nice clean surface, so we take some time to clean that off on both the wedge and on the skin. Very carefully put it in place, and then use Cleco clamps to ensure that it is nice and stuck, and we use the piece of angle aluminum there to make sure it stays nice and straight while it cures. For this, we're going to take the clamps out and then apply tape to the other side of the wedge, but we're not actually going to tape the other side of the wedge to the other skin yet. That's going to come next. So stay tuned for that.